Hi, I'm Bryan Hogue, and welcome to Chiller Chat. Tonight's guest is Dani Brickman.
Hello.
Dani, thank you for being with us
Of course,
tonight.
thank you.
We are in the sweltering basement set of her newest movie, Babes in Psycholand.
That's right,
correct?
yes,
Okay.
you got it.
Now we're sitting here in front of this spiked wall, I assume was a prop in the film.
Oh yes, there's lots of cool props in this film, lots of neat ways that babes are kind of taken out. So you have to watch it to find out exactly how.
Now, you've been with, this is Kiss of Death Productions. They've been around for quite a while, Pittsburgh production company. Now, how long have you been associated with them?
This is my first film with them.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
through networking, we kind of met up. They were looking for a role, and I got casted as Officer Piper Paisley. So, as you can see, so it's my first go with them, and it's been fantastic.
Satan Place Police.
That's right, 666.
Badge number 666. Interesting. So, can you tell me a little bit about your character?
Yes, I play Officer Piper Paisley. It's a lot of fun because I get to be this badass kind of character, but at the same time I've always wanted to do the victim in a horror movie, so I get to kind of do both in this without giving too much away, but yeah.
All right, interesting. Now what can you tell us about the movie overall?
It's definitely intense. There's a lot of action, a lot of blood and gore.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's like the old 80s style psycho horror thriller type thing, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. A little bit of comedy mixed in and
well, I was watching you guys film a scene earlier where you're chasing down a suspect, and it looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to throw some action in there.
You sure do, that's right.
Yeah, taking down the bad guys.
Exactly.
Now, you are from Cleveland, right?
I am, right.
Okay. And now, my understanding, I looked into your background, and you were in ballet for forever, for most of your life, right?
Yes, I was a professional ballet dancer for almost 10 years, right out of high school. Went right into a professional company. And
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But you started dancing at the age of 4, right?
Yep, that's right.
Interesting. That's really neat. The one thing I find fascinating about you, Dani, is you are a singer, a model, an actress, and a dancer. Now, most people aspire for maybe one of those things in life.
Right.
I mean, you are multi-talented. So you have a lot of unique gifts. I heard you're singing on your website.
Right.
And what's your website?
It's just DanielleBrickman.com. DaniBrickman.com. Sorry.
DaniBrickman.com.
Yes.
Okay, so visit Dani's website, and you get to see her dancing, right?
Yes, I tried to put a few, clips up that I had of, rehearsal footage, because most of the performance videos we weren't allowed to have copies of. But a little bit of dancing on there, some of my singing that I did. I recorded an album in Nashville. So for a band called Union Divide.
Right,
yes.
right, okay.
So that's all on there, and then my modeling shots are on there as well, and all my film work is on there too. So.
All right, fantastic. Interesting site. If you've never gone to Dani's site, please visit that. You get to see the singing, the dancing, the modeling, all of it. So I tell you what, we're going to go back to the movie, and then we're going to come back and talk with Dani about her work on The Outsiders and some other interesting stuff that she's been doing over the years. So we'll get right back to you. And we're back with Chiller Chat with Dani Brickman. Dani, you are on the series Outsiders.
That is right, on WGN America, yes.
Okay, well tell us a little bit about that. I mean, that's filmed right in the Pittsburgh area.
That's right, yes.
Okay.
Yes, last season I played one of Big Foster's girlfriends, which was played by David Morse.
Right.
So I was on throughout the whole first season as a featured role. And then we're back on season 2. Can't talk too much about that part, but we're filming that all the way through October. So back in the Pittsburgh area, that's going on now.
And you filmed that in, what, Monroeville?
Monroeville, yes.
Millville and...
Yes, and then the soundstage is downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay, in the district there?
Right, the 31st Street Studios.
All right. Now, when do you go back to filming for that?
A couple weeks.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Really, a couple weeks.
They're on a little break right now, so heading back in a couple weeks.
Now, some of your co-actors and like Ryan Hurst.
That's right.
No, what are some of the other ones?
Kyle Gallner, who is in Haunting Connecticut, he's on there.
Wasn't he in Walking Dead? He was in an episode of Walking Dead, was he not?
Oh, I might have missed that one. I know our old stunt coordinator was on The Walking Dead.
Kyle, was he the one that was in? He was in
American Sniper too.
American Sniper, but wasn't he also in the superhero Smallville? As a character in that?
I don't know about that one either. Check it out, maybe.
But I don't know if we should cut that part.
No,
I think he was in.
Was he? I don't know.
Ask him about that because I think he was. I think he was in it because I was looking at the cast members.
Oh,
and I was like,
probably that. I'll just go along with you. I'll be like, yeah, of course.
I think he was in Walking Dead. There was an episode where he goes into a grocery store with Daryl and Michonne, and he gets killed like right away. He was Beth's boyfriend.
Oh, did I miss that?
Like for like 10 minutes. Now, how long did it take you to film the first series?
The first series last season, it went from May and went all the way through September.
Okay. Okay. And what's that like, being on set? I mean,
Oh.
you're outside in the elements.
We are, yes. It's very hot, but I mean, it's, you know, you're having so much fun on there, and you get so involved with like we're all family, so the time goes by. Even though it's like 16-hour days, they go by so fast because you're doing something you love, and even though you're melting in the sun, you know, you get by somehow because you're just enjoying it so much.
Well, that's now. It's about a family who's secluded in the mountains,
right? A feral clan.
Okay.
Up in the mountains, yes.
All right. Now explain. You are David's. Is it girlfriend or?
Yeah, he's got two of us. So
okay.
he's got a couple.
Way to go, David.
Yes, and yeah, we're part of the feral family.
Okay.
And, you know, there's the tension between the city people and the one sheriff kind of has a connection that you're not quite sure of. You know,
aren't they trying to evict them from that area?
Yes, they want to kick us off and take over the mountain.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. It makes for some good TV.
Oh, yeah.
So now your next season will be. Doesn't that start? Does it start in January or?
It should. That's what we hear now.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yes.
All right, excellent. Now you were also in the movie Southpaw.
Yeah, I got to do some small little things in there.
That's yes. And where was that filmed?
That was in Pittsburgh as well. I don't remember the city since I'm from Cleveland. You know. But yeah, I got to sit with 50 Cent, so that was pretty cool, and I got a nice little like screenshot in the movie. So
I saw the picture there. You guys are at the
charity boxing event. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
Okay. Well, before we go, what are you working on next, or what do you hope to work on next?
I have another series that's in the works in Texas. That's kind of going on, waiting to go out there and do that. Another job that I'm waiting to hear back from, so fingers crossed.
Understand we can't talk
That's
about
right, and it's never ending.
Top secret,
yes,
you know.
Top secret.
Acting stuff, you know.
Of course.
So we'll try to let you know as soon as we find out.
Exactly, yes.
All right, well, we want to thank you for being on
Thank you.
Chiller
Nice
Chat.
meeting
Nice meeting you. And let's get back to the frightening fun with Chiller Night Theater. Okay, and we are back with David Ogrodowski. Did I say that right?
David Ogrodowski.
Okay, great.
That's correct.
And we are still on the set of Babes in Psycholand.
Babes in Psycholand.
So, again, we have this interesting prop behind us, the spiked wall. I take it this is without disclosing too much, an environment of torture for the movie.
Those are always fun.
Yes.
Always a good thing.
David, thank you for being on the show. And what's your character?
Well, thanks for having me. Well, I play the sheriff, and he's kind of a George Bush sort of sheriff.
Okay.
He's a little cheesy. He's a cigar smoker. In fact, I happen to still have one of the cigar props that they gave me earlier. Swisher Sweets.
Product placement.
Yeah, right. Somebody give this man money. And I don't think he dies, but he does get stabbed.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to give too much away, but he does get stabbed.
Okay. All right. Well, I saw some of your shooting today. I was here earlier, several hours ago, and watched some scenes with you and Dani Brickman.
Yep, Dani, very, very talented actress, no question about it. Enjoyed working with her.
I got to see a little bit of an action scene with she chasing a suspect. So
yeah,
that was interesting.
Yeah, two beautiful women wrestling each other to the ground. Always good.
Can't go wrong.
Nothing wrong with that.
Doesn't hurt. So now you've done quite a bit of acting.
Done a lot. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I got into it heavily-ish about 7 years ago, but in the past 3 years, with the advent of new technology, a lot of young people who want to make films can get their hands on really expensive, what used to be really expensive equipment, and make great films, and with that, as that happened, you know, a lot of filming started happening in Pittsburgh. You know, a whole bunch of bright lines coming together. You know, and I would go on auditions, win an audition, go do a role, meet people on a set. Somebody on that set says they want to do another thing. I make friends with that person, go do their role, go on another audition. Next thing you know, there's like a whole bunch of films in the works. So I've actually been very, very busy in the past couple of weeks, even for being older guy, slightly chubby, you know. And I thought when I first started doing it, I looked myself in the mirror and I said, I don't know, man, am I too old for this, you know? But not at all. They need guys like me. They need people of all ages. So I found a lot of niches.
What are some of the titles you've been in?
Just finished one called Claymation Zombies, which that should be fun.
Like a Rankin and Bass, you know, Halloween special.
Yeah. Well, that's the kid. The kid wants to do. We shot a film, and the goal, he is going to make these like stop motion claymation creatures and have them attack us, and we reacted to these imaginary things and everything. So that should be fun. Won a few awards. There was one called Daisy, produced by Locust Street Productions, and these guys are real masterminds, and they love to do horror, and it was a weird horror film, and it won the 48-Hour Film Festival Horror Fest last year. That was a lot of fun. Just finished another one that took second place called Butterfly. And then a friend of mine, Ian Altenborough, is a big filmmaker here in Pittsburgh, did one called Bad Drugs. Great little, and most of these are short films. These are 5, 6, 7 minute films, and I like them short. Makes it easier to pass the word around and show to people, that kind of thing.
Is this the first time you've worked with David and Diana?
This
Sylvia?
is, yeah. They had a meet and greet. Probably other people have mentioned it by now. They had a little meet and greet at Pittsburgh Filmmakers, and I showed up at the meet and greet, and I gave them my resume, and I talked with them a little bit about what I did, and they said, hey, we want you to do this guy. And I said, I'd like to do this guy.
So you were the sheriff.
Yep, and I ended up being the sheriff, absolutely.
And I was privileged enough to actually see the final shooting of the movie today.
Saw some scenes, yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Now, do you have anything upcoming?
Quite a few. That Claymation Zombies is coming out. One produced by a kid named Kevin Hana, who's pretty big in Pittsburgh in the indie film scene, called Angel and the Stockbroker. Then the people who did Daisy have a web series coming out called Theo and the Professor. And then my own film that I produced called Throttle, where we shot it on a boat, which was kind of cool. A boat on a river. It's kind of a psycho thriller on a boat. So
when's that coming out?
Probably in the winter, maybe in the spring. We just went into editing, and editing can take a long time, and then there's seasonal. You don't want to put it out during certain parts of the season if it's done, so probably in the spring, somewhere around there. A lot of these will be out in the spring.
Now, is there a place where viewers can take a look at your work, or what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. If I have a very strange, unique last name, David Ogrodowski. That's Ogrodowski. If you look me up on Facebook or on YouTube, you'd find a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. 20, 30 films or something.
Okay, and we'll make sure we put that at the bottom of the
then
screen.
IMDb, of course. I do have a IMDb presence, no question about it.
Great. All right. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I have to say it was a pleasure meeting you. You and I have a lot of things in common. We talked about that earlier, and I'm looking forward to working with you on other projects as well.
Great,
of course.
great. Well, thank you. Very nice meeting you. And so long, everyone. Have a good night. Okay, we're back in, again, the sweltering set of Babes in Psycholand. We are in a unique environment here with Mary and Melissa, who play some of the Babes in Psycholand. So, interesting set of props that we have here. Now, were either of you involved with this prop here? Because this looks pretty nasty.
I really no idea where this comes in.
Okay.
I don't think there's
Well, we'll have to watch and see. Now today I got to see your, some of you finishing up your final scenes for Babes in Psycholand. How did all this happen? I mean, did you two know each other prior to? to
No.
working together?
No.
Okay. How did you come in contact with Kiss of Death Productions and the ones making the movie?
It was on Facebook. There was an open call. It was very relaxed. It wasn't like come in and audition for us.
Yeah.
It was just
More like send your information and then we'll contact you type thing.
Okay.
So.
yeah. They had like a little meet and greet with the producer, writer, director,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and it was very relaxed. And I
Yeah,
broke out
it was
into a
really
monologue.
That was like so cool. I'm so happy.
just because I thought it was hysterical in the right moment to do it. So I had like people videotaping me, and I'm like, okay, we're just doing this for.
And that was with
Yeah.
David and Diana.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then like
Yeah.
a month later,
About
we
yeah.
got
It was
cast.
like a couple weeks, yeah. Later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Were you both together or was this separate?
No, actually, we met at the meeting.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
We met each other meeting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. I like didn't know anyone of the production really. I just saw it on Facebook. I'm like, okay, go send my information, and I did, and I heard back, and I was like, cool. So.
Now, Mary, I know you live in Pittsburgh.
Mhm,
And
yeah,
how
just
about
me
you,
too.
Melissa?
I'm from the Youngstown area in Ohio.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, have either of you done acting in the past prior to this?
I did musicals.
Mhm.
I actually was in, well, I actually started out with dance, was in ballets,
Mhm.
more or less. And then I got into the musical scene, and my first musical was Fiddler on the Roof. And then I did Mary Poppins, actually, last fall. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I have some acting in there.
Now, how about you? You said that you broke out into some monologues. so-
Yeah, I did start out in theater as well, but then I
Okay.
switched gears a couple years ago and started doing short films and everything. So
Okay.
this is actually my first feature. I've
Okay.
done background for the last big studio movie was Fast 8. I got to do core background,
Oh, really?
which was amazing.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, where was that filmed at?
Cleveland.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's neat.
Yeah.
All right. So, now, are either of you a horror movie fan?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
So. Not as much.
Not as much,
Not as
yeah.
much, okay.
It was so funny. Like, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm in a horror film. And I hate horror films.
Uh-huh.
And I told my mom she probably would not want to see this movie.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're certainly encouraging you, our viewers, to see it. So,
Yes,
do you know when this will be released?
I'm not sure.
I
They
heard maybe
they're like,
November.
yeah, November
Okay,
or
okay.
beginning of next year, possibly.
Okay.
So I think it depends on like how things get along. But I know that we're done with filming though, like
Yeah.
with all the filming
Okay.
bits.
There are tons of questions I'd like to ask you, and I asked you before, we came down here, but we can't give anything away to our viewers, so you have to just watch the movie if you want to know
Yes.
what happens, the fate of Mary and Melissa. What are your characters? Let's go with that now. Who do you play?
I play Aunt Mary Pierce.
Okay.
I am. Wow, I totally forget his name.
But
I'm
Alex,
Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm Alex and Andy's aunt.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's
all right.
basically like the Miss Hannigan.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Very
She
twisted.
has all the jewels and everything,
Mhm.
and yeah.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, well, actually, it's really funny. I was actually gonna play one character, and then they asked me, a girl, I guess she wasn't able to make it, so they're like, can you play this character? So I was in the beginning, and she's kind of like Mary's, I don't know, what is it? Kind of the one that helped
She
her with
raised
the, yeah,
her,
most of the kids,
Okay.
yeah.
and then she moved out, which
Yeah, moved away from every
Mary didn't like.
psycho. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also played Jenny, who is Andy's like girlfriend, lover type thing. So.
Okay. All right.
So
Well,
that's fun.
we'll be looking forward to seeing that. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
watch it. It's fun. I'm
it's
excited.
It's really cool, yeah. I mean, it has this like very Psycholand twist to it.
It's
so
crazy.
yeah.
So the movie fits the name.
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Okay,
yes.
we're not going to be disappointed about that.
No.
All right.
No, definitely.
All right,
not.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa, Mary, thank you for being on Chiller Chat.
Well, thank,
No, thank
you.
you.
It's a pleasure.
And have a good night.
How many times do I have to tell you, just because something isn't good doesn't mean it's bad?